It is Friday, October 23rd, 2020, and you are tuned into DIRTRACKR Daily. I'm Justin Fiedler. Today on the show, we'll recap last night's Fall Nationals race. We've got details on the opening of the 2021 All-Star schedule, and then we'll get you ready for tomorrow's World of Outlaws stop at Kokomo. But first, this episode is brought to you by Blood Lubricants. Blood carries a high-performance line of synthetic racing oils, and they've got you covered for all sorts of dirt racing applications. Engine oils, gear oils, suspension fluid, cleaning products, you name it, they've got it. I'm pumped to try out their cleaning products myself. I've got the Bloodline Kick-Ass Degreaser, Polyclean Detailer, and Wash and Wax in my garage right now. I just need to get some free time to get the wifey's car cleaned up. I'm also going to try them out on my dirty-ass four-wheeler that's sitting out back right now. Blood has a great racer support program that offers discounts on products plus free swag, and they support hundreds of racers across many divisions throughout the country. To check out the support program, find out more information, or to buy, visit bloodlubricants.com. That's BLUD lubricants.com. If you'd like to receive 25% off most products, use code DIRT at checkout. That's DIRT, all caps, at checkout. The Fall Nationals were in action last night for race number 3 of 6 of the series. They took on Tri-County Racetrack in North Carolina for the Tar Heel 50 and a nice $10,000 payday for the winner. As expected, there were some strong cars in attendance, with Brandon Overton and Shane Clanton leading the field to green. Clanton took the lead at the start with Overton in tow, and the theme of the night was lap traffic. The leaders were in it early and often. Inside 10 laps to go, with Clanton still in control, those lap cars became a factor. While trying to clear Matthew Nance, Clanton made a slight bobble on the cushion in turn 4, coming to 8 to go, and that was all Overton needed. He threaded the needle to get by Clanton and Nance and took the lead. He drove away over the final laps to take the win over Clanton, Dale McDowell, Ricky Weiss, and Donald McIntosh. A 6th place run from Vic Hill was good enough to see him take a 4-point lead over David Payne and Donald McIntosh in the Fall Nationals standings. The Fall Nationals have today off, and then they will be back in action tomorrow at Sonoya Raceway in Georgia for another 10,000 to win show. If you're a Flow subscriber and you didn't watch last night, go check that race out. That Tri-County Racetrack is a cool little bull ring joint, high banked, super fun feature last night. So check that out if you didn't watch that live last night. While we don't have the full All-Star schedule yet, and we won't until probably sometime in November, the series did release the opening stretch of their schedule yesterday. As has been customary, the All-Star Circuit of Champions will start the season with several non-points events in the South, starting in 2021 at Screven Motor Speedway in Georgia. They will race January 29th for $8,000 to win and January 30th for $10,000 to win. It will be the series' first trip to Screven since 2012. They will then head to East Bay Raceway Park in Florida for 2 nights, February 1st and 2nd, both for $6,000 to win, and then they will close out the opening stretch February 3rd and 4th at Volusia Speedway Park to open DIRTRACKR Nationals. The series was at both East Bay and Volusia in 2020. If you'd like more information about those dates, you can find that at allstarsprint.com. With the season nearing its conclusion, the World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series is headed to Kokomo Speedway tomorrow for the Fall Fling. It will be the Outlaws' first trip to Kokomo since 2015. Joey Saldana is the most recent winner, with Craig Kinzer and Donnie Schatz also having previous wins at the track. Brad Sweet enters with a 62-point advantage over Logan Schuchart in the standings, with Donnie Schatz 82 points back. It's going to be a tough mountain for Schuchart to climb to seriously challenge Sweet for the title. Sweet will need to have 3 nights of bad finishes to keep Schuchart in it. A 62-point difference means Schuchart needs to beat Sweet on average more than 10 spots a night over the final 3 races to pull even for the title. And that's where Schuchart's stumbling a bit down the stretch. His average finish over the last 5 races is 1.5 spots worse than his season-long average, and his average finish over the last 10 races is more than 2 positions worse than his average finish this season. He's got 4 finishes outside the top 10 in his last 8 races, including a 16th place run last time out at Lake Ozark Speedway. If he's going to really challenge Sweet, he needs to turn that around, and very quickly. Out front, Sweet hasn't won since I-80 Speedway in August, but he's been very, very solid lately, knocking off a ton of top 5 finishes, including back-to-back second-place runs entering Kokomo. The DIRTRACKR.com analytics prediction formula likes Sweet tomorrow, with Tim Kading actually also up there in win chances. Sweet does have the best average finish on quarter-mile tracks this year. Kading is finishing the season in the TSR 14, normally driven by Tony Stewart, and does have a previous win at Kokomo. He finished 4th and 7th in the 2 Outlaw shows last weekend between Lake Ozark and Lakeside Speedway. The field should be really strong this weekend. Names like Kerry Madsen, Tyler Courtney, Buddy Kofoid, and a number of other guys are expected to be in attendance. I'm not sure about Larson and some other guys, but I would imagine with the sprint car season winding down in a lot of places in the country that there will be a lot of names on the property. We know also Courtney, Paul Nienheiser, and Chase Stockton will all be doing double duty as well, with non-wing sprint cars also on the card. Another driver to keep an eye on is Sheldon Hodenshield. He has the best average finish over the last 5 races and has had a career best 6 wins this season. If you can't get your ass to Kokomo, as they say, you can watch live tomorrow with your Fast Pass on DIRTVision. Speaking of DIRTVision, they haven't officially announced it yet, but they did do a soft launch of the DIRTVision app last weekend. It's available for your mobile device in both the Apple and Android stores on your phone. I spent a lot of time personally working on the app when I worked for the World of Outlaws, and I really know what it's taken for them to get that thing launched. Kudos to Christina Dunlap, Chris Owens, all the people over there that have been working so hard to make this happen. And I'm sure it won't be too much longer. We'll have the streaming apps for OTT, like your Apple TV app, your Roku app, things like that will be available soon as well. So stay tuned. And certainly when they actually do make the full announcement, we'll keep you posted on that as well. There are 9 items on the streaming schedule for tonight. Dirt Track Digest has weekly action from Outlaws Speedway. Fast 4 has Red Bluff Outlaws Racing. Flow Racing has a number of shows. They've got USAC 24/7, the Keystone Cup at Bedford Speedway, the Powell Memorial at All-Tech Raceway. I believe the Powell Memorial tomorrow at All-Tech Raceway is like 10 or 20,000 to win for crate late models. That's a big payday for crate late models. And then there's also IMC action at Merced Speedway. Race and Dirt has night 2 of the Spooker at Tri-State Speedway, and Speed Sport has the Carolina Sprint Tour at Fayetteville Motor Speedway and modified action from Southern Oklahoma Speedway. If you'd like to see the full list of those events available on the streaming schedule and links to watch, check out DIRTTracker.com/watch tonight. That'll be available and updated all throughout the weekend if you're looking for stuff to watch. A couple of quick DIRTTracker.com site notes before we close up shop today. I made 2 additions to the news modules on the front page yesterday. You can now find headlines for the Lucas Oil MLRA late models and the Short Track Super Series on the site. With the 2 additions, there are now 29 series and news websites you can keep an eye on daily at DIRTTracker.com. If you know of other series I'm missing or other news websites I should add, certainly let me know. I will get those added to the front page as well. And keep in mind that front page updates itself every 15 minutes. So as news breaks throughout the day, as news stories come out, that thing is updating itself. You don't need to wait for me to jump in and do something. If as driver announcements happen and schedule releases happen, that stuff will be live on the front page very, very quickly after news drops. So that's a good place to check, maybe early in the morning and then throughout the day to keep up with all that's going on. It's going to be a great place to keep up with all the news through the off season as well. I think we're in line for a lot of driver switches, especially in the sprint car world. Plus, we're still waiting on a number of schedules to be released. So check that out if you haven't so far. That's it for the show this week. Hope everybody has a good weekend. You can find DIRTRACKR Daily on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or where you get podcasts. Please subscribe and leave a review. You can also watch the show every day on YouTube and Facebook. You can email the show at info@dirttracker.com, and you can follow along at facebook.com/dirttracker, twitter.com/dirttracker, and the website itself, dirttracker.com. You can follow me personally on Twitter at Justin_Fiedler. And don't forget to sign up for the Dirt Tracker newsletter. That's live on the site right now. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Like I said, hope you have a good weekend. We'll be back on Monday for more DIRTRACKR Daily.